You're listening to the show. My name is Elizabeth Mesa, and I'm here with Richie of Social Repose. Yay. I really, really, really love that villain. It's so nice. I like it a lot.
Me too.
So that one, you said it's based on a relationship.
Yeah, I suppose it is. It's like I said before, it was like that one was directed to something more personal, but it kind of, I wanted to make it more interesting, so I kind of crafted that whole story. It's like a puzzle piece in the album.
Yeah, bit. That's the what I got from like listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have to check out Empress, and it comes out October 6th, and don't you can pre-order it now.
You can,
also, right?
Yeah, we got all kinds of goodies and stuff. I actually cut up the Filthy Pride set was a zillion wipe tarps, and we ruined the whole thing, but I made my living room into the set. So I had like 7 or 8 giant white tarps, and I'm cutting them up and signing them and making them as part of the pre-order bundle. So that was kind of neat.
All right, so make sure that you check that out. And let's talk about how you got here. Like, you also have, like I said, you have a YouTube channel, and you have almost 1 million subscribers.
Close, getting there.
That's fabulous.
That's a number, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Like, how did you get to be, a YouTuber?
Well, I yelled at a lot of people. No, it's kind of it's hard to pinpoint specific things that happen, but definitely when I started dressing up, just having an outfit at all, like I put on the headdress and I started covering my body in black grease paint and stuff like that. I went from 1,000 subscribers to like 10,000, and I'm like, oh man, like people are interested in this, and like. Not only that, but like I was also interested in it, so I got really passionate into like dressing up and trying to, and I enjoyed it.
But what would you talk about like in the beginning? Like, how did you, when you first got started, what are the things that you would talk about? In addition to like, how you said like the dress up.
When I first started doing it, I just mainly covers. I did mainly song covers.
Really?
That was like that was like my bread and butter. I released like 3 albums with minimal, I was just like a local act. And, but then I started doing like these 30-second quick covers on Facebook. Yes. And a couple of them got like 100,000 views. And when you have, 5,000 followers, you get 100,000 views. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
That's like massive. And so I got a bunch of videos all within like a couple months, and then I just kept cranking them out, and they kept doing. I was in college at the time, so I had not a lot of time, but that was working out. And then I graduated college, and then I got deeper into it, and then I realized I'm like, okay, well, I can also make talking videos, and I can talk about stuff and things that are interesting to me, or what's going on or whatever, just stuff. So I would have a mix between song covers and me being crazy. With my outfit, which would make great thumbnails. So it just it grew, and then you kind of hone what works, and then I got better at singing and music over time, and I just more and more and more and more until you build yourself up.
Wow. And from YouTube, then that's how you came to like who you are now.
Yeah, no, it's always like a constant, because like the outfit that I wear, it's like, it's different every few months. It's the same obviously idea of like black and spiky, but, and the headdress has remained pretty much the constant, but even I have a crown over that now. So it's like, it's like any of that art that I do, it's like a constant, you need to keep it interesting for myself, mainly for myself, but also for the audience, because if I don't like it, then everyone's going to know I don't like it, because I'm just not going to be into it. So it's a constant evolution, and hopefully, upwards and better, but not always, but I would hope for constant upward trajectory.
How did you come up with your final outfit that you have now that works?
Well, this is actually really just like in a couple of days when I get home, I got new wings, and originally, I have like the moth wings. They call me Mother Moth. It looks like moth wings. And there's these like black plastic robotic wings that like are animatronic and they move around. I can't sit in them. That's why I didn't wear them today. But those I've been had for a really long time, and I found an artist from Toronto who made all the mechanical stuff, so he's been helping me up for a long time. So I don't know, like there was no one set like inspiration. It just kind of like the headdress started because I really liked Deadmau5, and he wore a thing on his head, and I was like, I should wear a thing on my head. And then it kind of just fed from that, because a lot of people say like, oh, you look goth or you look emo, and I'm like, well, I don't really know what I am. I fit into that alternative category, but I don't really label myself as like these one things, because there's so much going on.
So when you do like your YouTube channel, like how often do you put it out?
I try for 5 or 6 times a week.
Oh, wow.
When it's really busy, like right now when I'm prepping for tour or doing an album, a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I can't just immediately make videos about 3 or 4 times a week, but it's still that's what I'm saying. It's very, very time consuming. It's an everyday thing.
But that's pretty good though, because you said you do it 5 times a week. Mm-hmm. That's actually pretty good, because I know that some YouTubers do it every other day sometimes.
Yeah, no, I mean, some people do it every day, bro. Some people do it every day. Some people, it's a personal choice. I try doing it every day, and it's just either the quality stuff or, just some people can do vloggers do it, but I'm not a vlogger. So, I pretty much just make videos whenever I can. And that's just happens to fall 4 to 5 times a week. So, but it keeps you busy. And it does make you better. If I do music stuff a lot, you just naturally get better at music if you do it a lot. It's like practice.
So for your channel, do you also include your personal life?
Yeah. Well, I mean, or it's the interesting about YouTube is that it's my personal life, but you can distort it to and people know a lot of times that you're distorting it. It's almost sometimes it's like a parody of my normal life, or a lot of the times when I actually do make a legitimate serious video, some tragedy has happened or something, sometimes they don't know if it's real or not, but that's for them to decide. But I mean, I do include my personal life in it. It's just not all accurate, because you can do whatever you want. It's YouTube. It's the internet.
But what I think it's amazing though, like you said, it's sometimes it's personal. Yeah. Sometimes, you tweak it. I love the fact that if it is personal, you're able to use that to channel through, maybe that's therapy, and no one knows if it's real or not, but only and it's great because you can just kind of let it out.
It's almost like writing your own story.
Yeah.
To a way. I mean, some people that's lying. I'm I don't really say that as lying. I mean, it's I don't feel like I'm manipulating anyone. It's just or sometimes any YouTuber, you have something that happened to you, but you embellish it to make it more interesting, or it's just you're at the core of it. I'm a musician, but you're also an entertainer. You want to entertain people. So
what are some of the interesting, the more interesting things that you've done on your channel, or crazy things?
Geez. Well, got married in Vegas.
Wait, what?
But we're apart, the whole thing. And then we made a video. It's we weren't even dating at the time, and I was on tour, but me and Jacqueline were talking, and I was just hey, he's I was at a gas station on tour, and she was in LA, is where she lives. I live in Virginia. I'm just so we're going to Vegas. You want to come, and you want to get married in a chapel? Do you want to do it? And she thought it was crazy, but she agreed to it. So we did, but then we didn't, because we didn't get it legalized, but I did rent out a chapel. And so we did, but, and then I kind of thought it was a very interesting way of a look on marriage, and how it's it is a societal norm, and how, you everyone treats marriage differently. And if you believe, if you want to, you don't have to be legally recognized by the state to feel like you're married. So that was kind of what I took away from it, because with all the gay rights and stuff like that, it's you don't have to agree with the state, but you can still have that bond.
That's crazy. I was going to say congratulations.
Well, it's a little more complicated than that.
So that's one of the craziest things that you've done.
It's close. Yeah, it was around, I shaved my head for a music video. That was cool.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of interesting things. Yeah.
So wait, so when you did the actual, going back to the married in Vegas, did your subscribers know that was real, or they thought it was?
Initially, well, it was
Did you tell them that, okay, this is someone that I'm?
No, they knew that Jacqueline and I were talking, but we had not officially even come out as dating, It's just, we were they knew that something was up. We were hanging out a lot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm I got married. It's just so that was a really interesting time. Yeah.
Wow.
It was cool.
So being married that short time or whatever that period is, but you didn't legalize it. How did it feel?
It was interesting. I mean, it definitely felt it was a very crazy time. I mean, I had to convince Jacqueline to do it. She was just you're insane. I was yeah, but you get free flights on United, so you know what I'm saying? I could get on them and fly a lot,
Yeah.
But it was just a very sporadic thing, you know, but that's kind of what my life has turned into in the past couple of years being a YouTuber. I mean, it's very liberating. You know, it's like you have a very loyal fan base that, supports what you do, and how crazy it is. It's more fun when it's crazy, but it's not damaging. So it's just I just have fun with it.
So now that you've gotten married, or do you think that you would actually do the official thing?
I'm not opposed to marriage.
Yeah.
Is that, some people are. Like you got to be with the person for a while, and you got to feel right. But I'm not opposed to it.
That's crazy. It's crazy how you just decided hey, let's go to Vegas and get married.
You know what would be fun? Just you're an idiot. I'm like, I know.
What is one of the most interesting things that you've done on your channel?
I mean, besides the thing I'm most proud of is the Filthy Pride music video. That's my favorite video, and I'm happy because that one got a lot of views. So I'm like, okay, good, because a lot of the times you'll post a really not so great video or just a dumb video, and it'll get millions of views, and I'm just like I didn't spend any time on that, and it does really well. But then so I'm happy. Definitely Filthy Pride. Spending a day and a half in a bathtub full of paint was a thing.
Full of paint, you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How did that feel?
Awful. No, just like the villain music video. I painted a whole forest white, and then for Empress I painted it black. So it's just, there's a lot of effort that goes into it, but the shoots are awful. Filming the music videos are just this a full day of discomfort, but it's this is gonna be an awesome video.
Yeah. So why would you say when you were saying awful, being in a tub full of paint? Why is that? Is it because it feels weird on your skin?
Man, it's just or
the smell of it.
It's uncomfortable. I mean, Filthy Pride was bad because everyone else was burning up because the whole room was full of a film crew.
Yeah.
But I was freezing in this tub of water, but everyone else is burning up, and I'm just this weird everyone else is complaining how hot it is, and they're like, get some fans in here. I'm like, no, I'm in this tub freezing, and it's just the house half the day, then the rest of the day I was just running around with the tarps and just covered in sticky paint. But it's and from just a fly on the wall aspect, it doesn't seem that bad, but if you're doing it for a 14-hour day, it's definitely very memorable of how awful that shoot was, but it turned out great, so I don't regret it.
You're just so interesting.
Thanks.
Very interesting to me. It's from reading about you and then now having you here in studio and then having to hear from you the stories, the behind the scenes. Everything's very fascinating to me and interesting.
Thanks.
It's of course now I want to see you, I want to have you undress and see what you look like.
Yeah, well, I do more and more videos, not in face, so you can see it, but it's less common.
Okay, so what videos are those?